Welcome to online class arranged by Government Hargunga College, Munshiganj. Dear students of BBA Honors second year, today's subject is Business Communication, Chapter 4, Major Media of Oral Communication, Part 6. This is Mohammed Sheikh Mustafa Razib, lecturer in Management, Government Hargunga College, Munshiganj. Topics to be covered today. Number 1, guidance for effective listening, and number 2, difference between hearing and listening. Guidelines for effective listening. Number 1, judge content. You have to firstly judge the content, the subject matter, what is inside the speech. You have to justify firstly. Then you will be an effective listener. Number 2, increase your vocabulary. You have to increase your vocabulary firstly. In any language, without vocabulary, you cannot understand the speech. And if you increase your vocabulary, it will be easier to you to understand any speech. Number 3, consider nonverbal signals. Nonverbal signals, for example, this is a nonverbal signals. This is nonverbal signals by waving hand, hi. This is this is nonverbal signal. So these nonverbal signals are used in delivering a speech. When a speaker uses nonverbal signals to make a message understandable to the audience, then the audience will also have to try to consider the nonverbal signals to understand the message. So number 4 is stop talking. You have to stop firstly your talking because you are a listener. You have to listen. You have to hear first, then you have to interpret the message, and you have to take a message after decoding the message, after decoding the speech. So if you talk, then you cannot take the message properly. That's why stop talking is an important thing to for effective listening. Number 5, put the talker at ease. You have to make you have to make a comfortable environment to deliver a speech. If there is no comfortable environment, easy environment, then the speaker will face problems to deliver his or her message to the audience. So that's why you have to try to make the environment comfortable to the speaker. Number 6, show the talker that you want to listen. You have to show to whom. You have to show to the talker that you want to listen. You are here to listen. You, the audience, you want to get the message from the speaker. You want to read the message from the speaker. You want to understand what is delivered by the speaker. You have to show by your attitude. You have to show by your behavior. So then the speaker will be interested to deliver his or her message or speech consciously and and with great care. Number 7, remove distraction. Distraction, that is, uh, it's a matter you have to remove, because if the concentration will be distracted, then the message will not be delivered properly, will not received properly by the audience. So for effective listening, this is a barrier. Number 8, empathize. This is not emphasize, গুরুত্ব দেয়া নয়. This is empathize, empathy থেকে, empathy. So empathize with the talker. You have to be empathetic, অর্থাৎ সহানুভূতিশীল হতে হবে with the talker who is talking, who is speaking. uh, the speaker will deliver the message, but you have to put minimum empathy, Shahanubhuti to the talker because he 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 needs to be easier to deliver the message. Number nine, be patient. That is, you have to have patience at the time of listening. You have to receive the message with patience to understand. Number 10, hold your temper. You must have to be calm. You must have to be quiet to to understand, to listen the message. Number 11, go easy and on argument and criticism. Go easy, easy. Take it easy on arguments and criticism. At the time of criticism, if you want to criticize any statement delivered by the speaker, you can criticize, but you have some points of criticism. You can put the points. You can speak out your points to the speaker, but with humble. You have to behave humbly. So you have to behave easily. That is the matter. So these are the factors you have to consider. These are the guidelines, suggestions for you for effective listening. Now come to difference between uh, hearing and listening. Obviously, there is a difference. There is a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is not listening, and listening is not the hearing. In our daily life, we cannot make difference between hearing and listening. We cannot make difference. Not all of us actually. Some of us we cannot differentiate these two things. But listening means interpretation of hearing. That is, hearing is just you are just taking the message. That's enough for hearing. But listening means interpretation of hearing, explanation of the message. That is, it involves understanding of a message. So there are four differences here. We see point of difference. Number one, definition: receiving any message through ours. That is, আমি যখন কোনো কিছু শুনবো সেটা hearing. Listening: explanation of the received message can be labeled as listening. Obviously, I have to explain the message, and I have to decode the message, and I have to get a gist of the message, and I have to give back a feedback to the speaker. So that's why listening involves explanation of the received message. Okay. Number two, position in the listening process. Listening process involves 5 steps. So first step of listening is hearing. So first step of listening is hearing, and next step of listening, that is the next step after hearing is the listening. So number three is function, just to receive the verbal message. Just receiving the verbal message. What is said, that is received by the audience, that is the hearing. But decoding or interpretation or explanation of the message, that is called actually listening. So number four is consciousness. Consciousness, that is not required in hearing. I'm hearing, that is, I'm hearing someone is talking, I'm hearing, I'm not active, I'm not conscious, but I don't have any attention to the message delivered by the speaker. Then that is hearing actually. There is no consciousness at the time of hearing. But in case of listening, we must have to put a minimum level of consciousness at the time of listening, because we have to explain, we have to get the message, we have we have to catch the message, and we have to explain the message to give back a feedback to the speaker. So, conscious human behavior is listening. Listening is a conscious human behavior, but hearing, that's not a conscious human behavior. Just hearing is hearing, but listening, in case of listening, you have to listen attentively. You have to get the message, and you have to uh, make a feedback, and you have to put back the feedback to the speaker. So these are the difference between hearing and listening. That's all for today. Thanks to all for staying with me. See you in the next class. Allah Hafiz.